Hello guys, Chris here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing the RX 580 in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This one is the XFX GTS version of the card. It's overclocked out of the box, as you can see right here. I pushed the power limit to plus 10%. I am running the latest AMD drivers, the Adrenalin 2020 20.11.1, and this is the 8GB model, as you can see right there. I'm running it with a Ryzen 7 3700X and 16 gigs of RAM, dual channel CL14 3200 MHz. You can get the same FPS with something like a Ryzen 3 3100. You don't need the 3700X and slower memory as well. So let's get right into the game. I'm gonna go over the settings right now. I'm playing at 1080p resolution, 100% resolution scale, as you can see, using the low settings preset for now. I'm also gonna be testing this one at medium, high, very high, possibly ultra high settings, depending on whether or not this GPU runs well at very high. Now, at the moment, my friends, this game has some stuttering issues, unfortunately. Yeah, we're probably gonna see those at all of the settings that we're testing here today, so that's very unfortunate, as you can see right there. First stutter of the day. The game is installed on an SSD, so that's not really the problem. It's just the game itself. The new implementation of DirectX 12 actually broke the performance, or the stability at least, of the game. That's what I've been seeing here, testing my GPUs. But yeah, so far it's not actually too bad. As you can see, sometimes it actually smooth. The first time around that you're playing the game, it will stutter a lot, okay? So just keep that in mind. I've been playing this one for a little bit already to get to this part. I just started in the other city area. What are you doing, buddy? Oh no, how did I get on fire? Oh my god, I don't understand this game. I always catch fire somehow. I don't understand how. Okay, weather is changing a little bit. Not really the weather, it's just because everything now is on fire, the houses and stuff. But yeah, it doesn't really matter for our FPS. It stays the same. It's not bad, guys. The performance is actually pretty damn decent with the RX 580, 54 FPS on average there. That guy is always there, just standing still, looking at the outside of the walls. So this is what you can expect, around like 45 to 55 or 60 FPS inside of town areas like this one. I would not choose to play this game on low because it looks a lot better on medium. Like, the difference is night and day. Textures on low don't look impressive at all, guys. The textures actually look pretty bad on low settings. So yeah, I would avoid that, but if you want to get as close to 60 FPS as possible, this is the only way, okay? Outside of towns, gosh damn stutters, it's loading this area right now, so yep, we see those massive dips in the frame rate or frame time graph there. Yeah, it's really bad sometimes, this game. They don't do anything, they're just looking at me, pointing an arrow to their faces. They just noticed me. Oh, all right. So the AI on the easiest difficulty is really dumb. Oh my gosh. Anyways, it's a 60 plus FPS experience outside of towns. Alright, here we go. 1080p, 100% resolution scale with the medium settings preset. And I'm gonna disable motion blur, of course. Here we go. Will it look pretty? Well, of course it will. It's medium settings. It looks way better than low. As I told you, we're gonna check out those textures as well. Okay, let's start counting our FPS. We've already been to this area, so it will probably stutter less now this time around because, well, it's just how this game runs these days. I'm just gonna explode this thing. The contrast is way up right now on medium settings. That's kind of weird. The fire doesn't look very impressive whatsoever. Like, look at that. Yeah, not sure what's going on with it. Oh my god, how did I catch on fire? I don't understand this. Come on. This is really, like, it's not well made whatsoever how the fire works in this game, I think. It's performing well right now. We haven't stuttered yet, so that's amazing. This already exploded. That's a little bit of a shame there. I wanted to see that explode. What are you doing, buddy? Hello. Goodbye. Nice to meet you. Let's visit our boy there. There he is, always standing there. And there we go, we got him. Okay, so yeah, the contrast is really, it's a little bit too much. Maybe it's because of the lighting's a little bit different now. Let's go. Come over here, boy. Oh god damn it. All right, I'm gonna shoot you in the face. So we're getting like, what, 5 FPS lower than low settings, and it looks way better. The reflections as well, there are more reflections around. It's a lot prettier on medium settings, and if you want to have this experience, like 40 plus FPS experience almost all of the time, 1% lows are actually in the 30s there, but that's okay still, I believe. Yeah, this is the way to go. I think I'd probably play this game on medium settings if I had an RX 580 as my main GPU. Again, remember, you can get the same FPS with something like a Ryzen 3 3100, so you definitely don't need the 3700X. You see that it's actually being underutilized here at like 10 to 30% usage almost all of the time. A couple of stutters there when we were there, by the way. Forgot to mention that. But yeah, overall, it's an okay experience. Look at the textures once again. Looks pretty good now. Alright, that's been it for the medium settings. 52 FPS on average, 37 1% lows. Alright, we're back here at the 1080p resolution with the high settings preset. Gonna disable motion blur as always. Here we go. It's very, very close to 30 FPS. Anyways, let's start counting the FPS and let's raid this area once again for the third time today. No, actually, I've done every single video today. Yesterday's videos as well. So it's like the, what, 10th time that I'm playing this. Oh, there I am, just catched on fire there. Amazing stuff. It's just, it doesn't work very well, guys. I think this game has a lot of bugs, or at least little things that need to be ironed out, especially the performance. But yeah, I've seen a couple of bugs as well, really like weird ones. Alright, explosion there, good stuff. You know what? It's not too bad. It's not too bad. 1% lows are already below 30, and I think we've seen it dropping from 30 to like 29. But it's okay. It's not the worst experience ever. Just gonna go ahead and deal with this one. There we go, friends. Come on, let's go, let's move. There's not really that big of a difference between the 570 and the 580 in a lot of games. Like, there are a few games where you can see like a 15 to 20% difference, but sometimes the difference is more like 10%. So that's a little bit weird to see, but that's just how it is. You know, the 570 is very, very close to the 580 in performance. As long as it doesn't drop from 30 FPS, you can actually lock your FPS to 30 and play with the controller maybe and have a console-like experience with a little bit better graphics than medium. It's actually kind of noticeable, like some of the reflections. Right now the sun is not really here to help us with that, but yeah, some of the reflections do look better on high. The textures as well. Of course, you can increase the textures on medium settings as well and keep the same frame rates. And over here, outside of towns, you can expect 40 plus FPS pretty much at all times, it seems like. So that's amazing. If you have the 4 gig variant of the card, by the way, you're probably gonna see a little bit less FPS. So I guess just stick to medium settings if you have the 4 gig variant of this card. And now we'll progress to the very high settings. I think it's probably gonna drop from 30 there. Alright, here we go, friends. 1080p, very high settings, and turn that off. Let's go. Okay. Oh boy. Alright. Let's start counting the frames. It's very, very close to 30 right now, but it might be doable. I don't know. Let's go. Oh, no, it's dropping. Yep, at 28 there. 1% lows at 24. Wow. Okay then. This is not good, guys. I just avoid very high. Play on a high. God, I always forget the goddamn flames, man. You can't approach the flames. I mean, it's not a 30 plus FPS experience, but at least on average, we're still getting 30 plus FPS. So it's not as bad as I thought, to be honest. Let's try this right here. Okay, there we go. And okay, 33 there. It's oh, there I am on fire once again. The fire's right there, and I'm here, but I still get on fire. Anyway, oh my god. Again, seriously. Why, game? Why do you do this to me? I'm kind of impressed with the 580 here. Of course, it did drop from 30, so I would not recommend this, but it's kind of decent. If you overclock this further than what I did, I didn't really, it was factory overclocked, but yeah, if you run a higher clock speed on your RX 580, it might actually be above 30 FPS at all times at the very high settings. Outside of towns, yep, we're getting 40 plus, once again, very similar to high settings. The 1% lows are like 3 FPS lower than high, or 4 FPS, so it's definitely still okay, but I don't really recommend it. High was a much better experience. So that's been it, my friends. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm gonna be back soon with more videos in this game, as well as Watch Dogs Legion and Apex Legends Season 7. So ton of videos to make still on those games. I'll catch you guys in the next one very soon. Love you all. Bye bye.